There we are. Announcement. Notifications. Okay, if you could both go on to the main page of the menu. No, one of these already is. Right. Oh, wait. Onyx, could you swap India and New Zealand on the spreadsheet? So yeah, you guys will have two 15-minute halves. We'll have 15 minutes, 5-minute break, and then another 15 minutes. If you want to deafen, you can just set a timer for 15 minutes so you know when to undeafen, or you can deafen during the level at a certain percent. That is pretty much all you know. Obviously, after each 15-minute section, when timer hits 0, that's the tip you're on. That's the last one. I'm gonna shut my window here so there's no noise coming through, and then we'll start. Alright. So, clock, 15 minutes. First half is starting. Your time starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. That is 15 minutes up. Obviously, same qualifying percentages as last stream, same level. Maybe possibly thing. Memory focused. Last time France did pretty well, so they've got a good competition here. They could have seen better from France, but you know, there was a lot of unlucky deaths. And obviously, Argentina was a no-show. So this is going to strictly be kind of fighting to not be in third place here. Currently, I believe New Zealand is in third place, but they had a pretty good run, so they're not too far off. India and France. France, obviously, top of the bracket, and then we add on 95 points from last round. India came in second last time. They're gonna hope to probably keep that lead going into second half here. Well, second half meaning round 2. But I think we're gonna see first qualifying from New Zealand, actually. We do. It's getting decently far. If we can get 10 more % in, we will see at least 5 points. Dies at 56. That's just gonna be 1 point, but puts them in first place. India could overtake. Nope, 41. Instantly dies. They are now tied. This one I feel like could be pretty even. I could see this going either way. New Zealand is looking pretty consistent, but New Zealand is at qualifying again. Dies pretty similar to where India did. That is going to be their second point. See if India can match at this attempt. No. Qualifying again from New Zealand. See if we can get further than 56. Gets halfway. 10 more to go. And we do in fact see at least 5 points here. Gets to the moon fight. Looking to get 80 here. And is at least gonna get 10 points. Could see a completion. Passes the wave part that France was struggling on. And we are going to see a completion. GG. That is going to be 20 points on the board for New Zealand. Definitely putting them securely into the lead. India is gonna struggle here if we want to see a comeback now, considering how consistent New Zealand is as well. It was definitely not a one-off attempt there. And back to qualifying. That is going to be 1 point to New Zealand. Qualifying again from New Zealand. Absolutely dominating this match so far. How do you check the table? If you want to see the full results of everyone so far, I believe either in announcements or one of the specific channels, there's a pinned link to that spreadsheet for the full results. This is going to be another very good run for New Zealand here. It's 3/4 of the way through. Is at least going to score 10 more points here. Dies to the wave that France died to before. That is going to be 10 points to New Zealand, putting them up to 33 points. Another great run for New Zealand here. India sadly dies at 32. That's not gonna be anything. Halfway on New Zealand. There's currently under 9 minutes to go of the first half. And we could see a second completion from New Zealand here. We do. Completion number 2, 20 more points. Both of them are at an equal position right now in the level. I mean, on my side, this is actually like matching up perfectly. They both died at the same exact part as well. There's a chance that New Zealand passes France's score for round 2 in just the first half alone of this match, which would be pretty interesting to see. Both of them now seeming to mess up the beginning a bit. Both of them doing pretty good now. India dies. .36, so this is going to be qualifying again for New Zealand. 10 more. Okay. This could be good. For note, there we go. Just 10 points to New Zealand there. No completion. 63 now. Could be a run for India here. Don't want to jinx it. And it is actually going to be qualifying. This is actually a really good run for India here. Seems like they're just struggling at the beginning there, because that is 5 points to India. That's got to put them up to 6. With 5.5 minutes to go. And that is qualifying for New Zealand. Gonna look to push back from that 5 points that India gained, and sadly doesn't. That's gonna be 1 point to New Zealand. Qualifying again for New Zealand. At least 5 points. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. They don't even need the points at this point because they are decently ahead. Well, I guess if they will, well, I guess they do. They need to get as much points as they can to take second here. So actually, these attempts still matter a lot, thinking about now. But here we might see the third New Zealand completion. That is going to be their third completion with 20 points again. But we could see, no, we sadly don't see qualifying from India. And that is qualifying again for New Zealand. Less than 3 minutes to go. At least 5 points. Dies there, sadly. That's going to be 10 points, bring them to 94. 1 away from passing France's record on 95 from last round. Both of them, nope, sadly only New Zealand's going to reach qualifying here. Dies, but 1 point awarded to New Zealand, putting them at 95, tied with France. There is just under a minute and a half to go the first half. Sadly, no points there. They have a minute and 10 to get themselves 5 points to reach the 100 barrier, or just 1 point to pass France in the first half alone. Sadly, India keeps dying right before qualifying. And that is going to be qualifying for India, actually. And it's going to be qualifying for New Zealand. See who does better here. With just 16 seconds on the clock. That's going to be 1 point for New Zealand, passing France. And I believe that's 1 for India. I wasn't actually looking. I'll need to relook there. But that is time. This is their last attempt. I believe that's India done. And New Zealand gets nothing. Yeah, that was, I believe, just 1 for India, sadly. 57. But, right. Final score for the first half of the second round, 96-7 on New Zealand's favor. We'll see what happens in the second half. Keep in mind, India is currently in second from the first round, so we'll see if New Zealand can bring them up to second and push India to third, or if it will stay as India second. We'll see what happens. But, right, you can say in the GD comments or chat or whatever, do you want a 5-minute break, or do you want to just move on to the next half? It's your choice. Damn. Oh, well, we have to wait 10 seconds for India's response. I want break. Okay, we'll do a break then. We'll pick it back up in a couple of minutes. You can practice, or you can just break. It doesn't matter. Onyx, can you say, put in like bold somewhere on the spreadsheet that we're on break? We're on a 5-minute break, I guess. Oh yeah, so both gotta be practicing now. I mean, I can currently check to see how many points that New Zealand's gonna be looking for here to get in second. So currently India's at 286 points. So and then we take away, when I add 7. Right. So New Zealand needs to score 38 points in the second half. Not counting for any points that India scores, for them to take second place and get an automatic qualifying to the knockouts. I think. So that's very doable. You cannot be for real. I'm for real. So India can still get through, obviously. If the difference isn't too much, then they will make it through as a third place team, but they will have a harder match going into the knockouts. Immediate 27-100. Oh, damn, that is kind of sad. Yeah, New Zealand, not New Zealand, India hasn't been the luckiest, I'll say, looking at this. They have a couple more minutes of practice still. Right, you guys have 1 more minute practice, and then we'll X out the level and play the second half. Right, if you could exit the level, we'll start the second half here. Alright, you have 15 more minutes, same rules apply as always. This will be your second half and your last half, so make it count. Oh wait, Onyx, are you there? You just said BRB, so I don't know. Wait, you guys might be able to practice for a couple more minutes. We need to wait for the screen share to come back. Never mind. When Onyx comes back, I will notify you, and then we'll start immediately. Oh, there you go, guys. Back onto the main level. Onyx is back. We're started up now. We're off break. Right, so 15 minutes. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 15 minutes. I started second half here. India's gonna need to really lock in, or else the gap will be widened a lot, and hopefully it won't cause them to be eliminated. I think they'll be fine, but New Zealand is doing pretty well. Seems like they're gonna instantly get a qualifying here. Yes, they do. And boom, 60%. That's at least going to be 5 points. And a qualifying from India, actually. At least 10 points for New Zealand. And that is looking to be a completion from New Zealand to start it off. That's gonna be their 4th one of the match here. Could be actually copied by India. No, India dies immediately into the ending. That's gonna be 10 points, but that is going to give them a bit of a boost. But the 2nd and 3rd place lead is getting slower and closer still. Quite a lot of deaths right now. Qualifying from New Zealand again. Can we see at least 5 points? No, just 1, I believe. I'll look back at it to make sure. Yep, that was just 1. And qualifying from India. India is actually catching up here. Well, not necessarily catching up, but at least, like, holding the score line. This is at least gonna be 5 points. Might actually start gaining on New Zealand here. New Zealand's also a qualifying. New Zealand dies, that's just gonna be 1 point. And that is going to be a completion for India, actually. 20 points there. That is India's first completion of the match. Now, I will say, France is a good bit further from the first round than these two. So, I think seeing them pass France is probably not gonna happen. What's this about? It's in the title. It's GD World Cup. %60 for New Zealand. Could see another qualifying from India, and we do. And that's going to be 10 points to New Zealand. But we are seeing India on a decent run as well. And we could see India with a completion here again. Actually catching up to New Zealand here. That is going to be another completion for India. That's their second one. And that is also going to be a point for New Zealand as well. Please been let France say. France is gonna make it. France is probably gonna top the group still. I think. Yeah, India's making a random comeback here. That 5-minute break practice definitely came in handy. It did something. It was looking like New Zealand was gonna really run away with it, but the catch up here from India is kind of insane. Gets to the second half again. And a third completion. It almost feels fake, but India has gotten the third completion in. 20 more points. And New Zealand is gonna get to qualifying as well. It's halfway. There's going to be qualifying for India, and we could see another completion from New Zealand here. And we do. That is going to be the 5th completion for New Zealand. 20 more points. It's so weird how we have Argentina, who didn't really care about this tournament at all by the looks of things, and then we have the other 3 nations here, like, actually genuinely, putting in the work here. That's super competitive between the 3. We see 10 points from India there. I saw that, Argentina. And we have qualifying from New Zealand as well. The point difference may still be too much, especially considering that New Zealand already had, I think that was 1 point there for New Zealand, but you have to look back. But yeah, I think it is still, with New Zealand's consistency, not going to be possible for India to come back, but they're certainly putting the work in. Wait, New Zealand had a completion? What do you mean? Did you not give the scores for... I figured... Wait, hold on. India's at qualifying. I'll look back for you. No, you gave the points. You gave the points. I gave only 10. No, you gave... No. No, 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 no. But they should have been at 150, because they did get 1 point. Right there. Alright, and then what was that for India? Now that's thrown me off, and I don't know what India got. That's gonna be one more point for New Zealand, and that was 10 for India. Qualifying for India. And there is just over 3 minutes to go here for any final points. India is probably going to get over 100 points. Not gonna pass New Zealand, but could make it very close. We would need to see, like, perfection with these runs if it was possible. New Zealand, that's without New Zealand getting any points here. But they are, in fact, getting points. And another completion from India, 20 points. That is gonna be their 4th one. New Zealand's at 5, India's at 4 completions. Just over 2 minutes to go. And that is going to be another completion for New Zealand. That is their 6th one, 20 more points. And we're qualifying again on India's end. That was 1 point, I think, still to India. I don't think that reached 60. 1 minute 20 seconds on the clock. Qualifying for New Zealand. At least 5 points here. Less than a minute to go. If we saw a completion here, and then another really good run. Oh no, sadly we don't. That is just gonna be 5 points. I don't think it's possible to get 200 for New Zealand. But that is still a very impressive run, considering New Zealand was 3rd in the first round. Getting 1st in the 2nd round is definitely very, very impressive, especially considering the team size in comparison to France and India. And this is the team's last attempt. That is India done with 19 to finish, and New Zealand's final attempt is still going. Sadly, whatever India gets here is not going to count. Oh no, it's the qualifying that won't count. And that is going to be it. That is game over. New Zealand, 10 points. Ending on 186. India is ending at 118, but they don't realize, I don't think, that this attempt's invalid. Congrats, New Zealand! You are the best performing team in round 2. I hope you are happy with that. If you want to, you can type in chat if you want, if you're happy with that or not. But yeah, W New Zealand. We'll see. I'll go to edit the scores now on the spreadsheet, and we'll see who tops the group. But yeah, that is it, people. I will see you guys tomorrow for the final 2 rounds. And USA gets to play. And then after that, we're going to be on our week-long break. And then they'll get their levels for the knockouts. And that's going to be a lot more interesting to watch. So, I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching, and peace.